Got the old Christmas present in the mail today. We're going to use the old Benchmade Bugout. See what's inside. So it is something from MetonBoss. And what we're going to end up with is some titanium scales for this bug out. I want to end up looking a little something like this. That might be hard to pick up in the light, but man, these look good. After I install these, I will go around to the side where I can see what I'm recording and show in the best light I can find what they look like. So I got T6 and what, T10, I think. Yep. So what I want to do is I'm going to start on one side with the idea that it'll be easier to replace one side and then do the other side. Now on these you have a longer screw and a shorter screw in a couple of spots. So I'm going to lay them out in a way that I don't have to guess much. I watched Zach's stuff, mess around with one of these one time where he put a long screw where a short one was, and takes some chasing it if you don't get it right the first time. Let's see. That was kind of hanging in there. There we go. So you got a short screw for the stop pin, short screw here. Let's see what the back spacer is. Apparently also a short screw. Maybe that's just on the mini bug out. That's what he was messing with. Maybe these all short screws except for the pocket clip on this side. Switch out to the T10. And if I'm careful enough, we can hopefully not have to mess with any of this other stuff. So I'm going to take this right back on. The only bad thing is that this is now a right hand only knife. Unfortunate, because I like to have full ambi options on most knives, even being left-handed and or right-handed. Just depends on what I feel like. Apparently I gotta get this seated right. Maybe that'll work. full He-Man strength on it right now. And we'll go back behind later and individually pull them out and Loctite. Afterwards, I'm going to spare you all that right now. Let's just get a good idea of MetonBoss fit and finish and the look of this particular bug out. Get this seated right. Let me go loosen up one of these. I don't have a lot of titanium scales. Most of the knives I've owned and bought are moose. Now, most of the knives I bought are stock because I don't do a lot of modding. But I think when you get to a certain point of owning enough knives that modding is where it's at. Make an old knife feel new again, and you know, perhaps something like a scale swap make you want to carry one that you haven't carried much in a while, just a little bit more. So we're going to find out if it's me here. Get this seated right back here. There we go. Should have checked that first and I didn't. So you get to watch me put these screws back in a second time. I didn't get the backspacer at the very end put on or slotted in right. So I thought I had it good, and I only had looked at the axis lock portion instead of the whole knife. Double check my work. Only got to do it once, right? Now we'll see how easy on the next side when I got to pull the pin, pivot pin, I guess, or mess with the pivot. So I'll have to push the one side out and it all want to come apart. Okay, we got 4 in. Gonna leave that out. Now the fun part is when you have to get this all lined back up. Generally, in a semi, there it is, that all comes apart. This is where it would have been handy to shove in a different one of these. Let's see if I can salvage my stupidity here. I'll drop this one through. We're just going to hold that for now. I'll close this back up. That's what happens when you don't have the axis pivot collar deal that you can get from a few companies that keeps that all lined up. If I modded more, it'd be a good investment. And maybe I will mod some more going into the future. They do have some nice Vision FG scales in aluminum, maybe titanium by now, from Original Goat that I've been looking at. It's actually a relatively simple knife to take apart. I think there's 2 screws, maybe 3, that aren't the pocket clip. So this right here is the easiest way that I know how to do this, one side at a time. Now, my first go on the Microtech MSI scale swapping was a lot less fun. A little bit more work. So we'll put the screw back on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to pull back on this axis lock some and see if I can just slide that right back in. And before I pop that out, you know what I didn't do? Didn't check where the flat was. So now, bam, right back in. Pretty good. So it's not bad if you got an extra little mini bit to do that. I've seen people struggle with it more, but you don't have to. Go back to the T10, put in the pivot real quick. Let's go right about there. Get rid of this T3 that I don't know what you would use that for unless it's cell phones or computer tech. Go back to the other side. I'm going to keep dropping this, so let's do it this way. Well, people know I'm back here filming and don't care in my house. And Roscoe. Well, everybody in the world wants to make dogs. Hey, Milo. Now, like I said, dogs. We're gonna be right-handed carry only. So this is what I get to do. Roscoe. Milo. Now, I could have got the pocket clip for this, but I've asked around a little bit before actually acquiring these scales, and people said just keep the pocket clip you got because the other ones are kind of awkward. Feels like that one's across. Yeah.
That was silly. Come on, get out here. He's trying to do a live where he takes and puts his knife together. Oh, okay.
Anyways, too late to redo a video now, so stuck with what we got here. Can't open a package that's already been opened any more times than it's been opened, right? So now, funny enough, these two screws don't really want to go in. I gotta be very careful not to be stripping that out, but it is spinning a lot harder than I feel like it should. And that one is tight. Let's see. That is kind of wanting to strip out. It's not the bit. It might be the screw. Well, I'm gonna probably go get one out of my kit. Get a different screw. Let's take a look here. So, look at these things. Other than the one pocket clip screw, fit and finish looks good, feels good, and I do have a screw kit, so I will put that other one in. These look really good in person, a lot different than the photo that you'll see online. Now this was acid etched by Mr. Eddie, and I took a rust eraser and kind of scrubbed some of it off just to give it that worn kind of patinaed battle look. And these scales I think will complement that very nicely. I don't generally carry the bug out, but now I think I will. And with that, y'all have a good day, happy modding, and happy New Year's.